Hello and welcome to the GTLA Lakers 818 podcast. It's Wednesday, April 4th, almost midnight, late here in
what up, y'all?
Studio City, North Hollywood, California. Any of our fans, Laker fans living in the Valley, hit us up. Hit us up on the IG at GTLA Lakers 818. Get in touch. Maybe we'll grab a drink and watch a game one of these days. If you live in the Valley or LA, hit me up. So last time we talked was after our loss against the Pelicans on March 22nd. Since then, the Lakers have played 7 games, including the game tonight that we just watched, which was the game against San Antonio.
Yeah, we got that W finally.
Overtime win for the Lakers. Let's discuss what we're going to talk about today on today's podcast. We will be talking about injuries.
Oh my God.
Lonzo injured, Ingram injured, Isaiah injured, all out for the year.
Damn. I mean, only 5 games left, but come on, like at least finish the season playing a game. Like, anyway, we'll talk about that later.
We'll be talking about, well, since we just played the Spurs, we'll talk about Kawhi Leonard and these reports today that teams are now starting to circle around the Spurs like vultures, coming to take Kawhi from their grips.
Hey, look if he was gonna play, there's only 5 games left in the season, and he'd be playing right now. Like, he's not coming back.
Yeah. Then we're gonna talk about some Kyle Kuzma a little bit. Some Kyle Kuzma. How has this guy been so good? Like, I'm just shocked.
He looks amazing. He looked really good tonight. I mean, I feel like I say that all the time because he does. But dude, this guy, wheeled us in overtime. Like, dropped 30 tonight. What a game.
Yeah, he saved us in that OT. I'm in love with the guy. The guy is amazing. Like, for a rookie, it's just crazy. All right. And then we'll briefly discuss LiAngelo Ball entering the NBA draft.
Jello. And
whether LeVar's master plan will work or not. It's a good question. And then we'll also talk about the Lakers' 3-4 record in their last 7 games. We'll kind of go through each of the games a little bit, starting with the Memphis game. This was the game, if you remember. This is the first game since the last podcast, first of all. Second of all, you remember the Grizzlies had just lost by 60. And I remember telling you that the Lakers are going to win by at least 20. I really felt that. And the Lakers did everything they could to not win this game, dude. Well, first of all, there was no Isaiah, no Ingram, no Hart. You know, Lonzo was playing. He played in this game, but no Isaiah, no Ingram, no Hart. By the way, and Isaiah, he's not a part of any of these games. He's done. He's been done for the season. We'll talk about that later.
He's got surgery, right?
Yeah, he had successful
arthroscopic hip surgery. So
So we started this game down 12-3, and I was actually glad that Luke Walton didn't call a timeout because the Grizzlies are so trash that
so bad.
There's no just let them figure it out for themselves.
You shouldn't be worried. Yeah, there's a lot of game left.
Yeah. And then by the end of the first quarter, we were down 27-10.
Yeah, I remember that. There was a point. Yeah, I remember the score was 25-10 at one point. And I was like, what is going on? Couldn't believe it. Seriously.
And guess who saved us in the first half?
Who do you think?
Was it Julius Randle?
No. It was none other than Travis Ware.
Oh, that's right. Travis Ware had a great game.
He got hot. Remember?
Yeah, he hit a bunch of threes, for sure.
Yeah, he hit a bunch of threes in the...
Couple back-to-backs.
Yeah.
And, he was part of that run. He was the main guy of that run, for sure.
Yeah, and then the game was it was so ugly and boring in the middle. We're just going to jump to the end here. We took our first lead with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the Memphis Grizzlies.
That's embarrassing. God. That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, one thing in this podcast, I guess we didn't say, the Lakers haven't been doing too good recently. Let's just say that. I
mean, if Travis Ware is your hero, like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we won the game. We won by 7, 193. Kuzma, 25 points and 10 rebounds, 4 3-pointers. Randall, 20 and 11. Lonzo, 12 points, 8 rebounds, 10 assists.
Triple-double watch, almost.
Yeah. I didn't... Yeah, well, whatever. We'll talk. Let's move on talking about this Detroit game. So this was actually a fun game. There was a lot of good highlights in this game. Remember on the Instagram? Do you see all those? I had so many highlights from that game. I was also, yeah. Anyways, there was no Ingram, no Hart. Lonzo did play, and Lonzo played
a good game.
Yeah, he was really engaged in this game. Yeah. It's like, I swear, if you were to watch the game before this, the Grizzlies game, and then if you just watch 2 games of Lonzo's career, the Grizzlies game and this Pistons game, you'd be like, man, those are 2 different people. Like, I mean, the way he's like can be engaged or disengaged, like he was not engaged at all in that Grizzlies game.
No, definitely not.
But in this game as a Pistons, he was awesome. He finished the game 7 for 8 from the field. He was making 2-pointers. He had at least 3 2-pointers, like a bank shot, a step back Dirk fadeaway, nice. And like just a pull up like shot where he actually brought the ball up like on the right side of his face. It looked like it was kind of interesting.
No, he looked good that game for sure.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk about it more later because I've been talking about this theme with Ingram and Lonzo and them sometimes just being completely nonchalant and disengaged. Like, and I want to talk about it more later with another game. But yeah, we were down 8 at the beginning of the 4th quarter. Oh, this is gonna be one of our wacky Luke Walton lineup. So down 8 at the beginning of the 4th quarter, we put in this lineup. It's Gary Payton, Tyler Ennis, Kuzma, Fry, and Zubac.
Channing Fry,
Gary Payton, Zubac.
You got like
Kuzma. I thought it was
2 G Leaguers. Well, you have 2 G Leaguers in there. I mean, nothing against Zubac. I like him. But Gary Payton, finally, he gets some time. Like,
but why are you playing him in the 4th quarter? At the 4th, like we need to
it doesn't make any sense. Like,
that's why I say that because it's important. Like we're trying to, if we're trying to win the game, it doesn't make sense. Maybe they weren't, and we did lose. We lost by 6, 112-106. Lonzo had 15, 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals. Randall, 23 and 11, is 9 for 10 from the free throw line. Kuzma,
that game he made some free throws, yeah.
Yeah, Kuzma, 20 and 11. So that's 2 games back-to-back Kuzma has had 20 and 10 at least. 25 and 10, 20 and 11 this game.
Yeah, with Ingram out, he's definitely performing, that's for sure. And he's been consistent, too.
Yeah, no, he's been incredible.
Dude, that hook shot, man. I can't get over that. I can't get over that, seriously.
But who makes hook shots? Like, that's what's crazy. It's like, who in the last 20 years have you seen make hook shots? Even shoot
like
them?
A real traditional sky hook, running right and left, and he banks it in too.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, let's run through this next game. This is the Dallas game. So this was a game Ingram finally came back.
Right.
So Kuzma went back to the bench. One interesting thing that happened, I thought, in the 2nd quarter was Dallas did a hack Alonzo. And
did they? I don't remember that.
Yeah, they did a hack Alonzo. They just did it one time, but and he made one, missed one. I was like, I don't know. It was just some odd thing that I don't know why.
Interesting. In the 2nd quarter?
The 2nd quarter.
Wow.
And this is the game that Lonzo tweaked his knee. He tweaked his knee in the 3rd quarter. He did not return. They're calling it a knee contusion.
Dude, wasn't even a tweak, dude. This dude literally bumped. I mean, who am I to say? Like, I didn't bump my knees into anyone, but it didn't look that bad.
He didn't bump his knee into anybody. He got.
It was Dirk's, like, was just walking, and he just, hit the back of his, like.
It'd be like if I smacked your thigh. Like,
yeah, you know.
We'll talk about this more. I don't want to get into that right now, but it's.
Did it look that bad to you? It don't look that bad to me.
No. I actually just watched it on replay just today. I went on YouTube. I was like, I honestly, I don't even know if he got hit. Like when I saw it, it looked really. It was weird. Like he barely got touched. But anyways, We won this game by 10.
Finally, remember last time Dirk killed us.
Yeah.
They had to get that W back from them. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Ingram in his return had 13 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Brook Lopez at 22 and 7. Randall 20 and 10.
Brook Lopez 7 rebounds.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Kuzma 18 points. So that's 2 back-to-back 20 and 10 games for Randall. All right.
Randall's playing amazing. Him and Kuzma actually have been playing really well.
Oh, you know what I just realized? We didn't even talk about the Spurs game tonight. It just hit me.
Oh yeah.
Why don't we talk about that one right quick? Now? So we can just let's talk about that. Let's talk about Kawhi a little bit.
Why?
So Lakers. It was a good game.
It was a good game.
It was exciting at the end. I didn't find it too exciting in the beginning, but
I mean, Tyler Ennis made that game time bucket. Was it game time? It was a go ahead bucket.
Yeah.
108 to 106.
Yeah.
He made a nice drive and finished with the left. Like, it was a big shot. And he hit it like a couple other shots in the fourth quarter too that I thought were pretty important. But he hit like a 3 and something. But I don't get why he gets subbed out again for like a cold KCP. Now, don't get me wrong. I love KCP and he was playing amazing today. He's been playing amazing for a long time. But how come he takes out Tyler Ennis, who's been in there, but you don't put in Randall, and you keep Zubac and Channing Frye in literally virtually the whole fourth quarter? Like, I mean, are you going to really ride on them to play the whole fourth quarter? Like, I don't understand that. Like, I really don't understand it. Did Zubac, like, was there a point where Randall, like, missed on, like, a defensive play or something like that Luke Walton decided to bench him? Like, just totally bench him. Like, I thought at the 4-minute mark he would come in, but he didn't. And I mean, thank God the game went. Don't get me wrong, Channing Frye played amazing, but it looked like Zubac was out of gas, and I thought Randall would have been a perfect substitute. But I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it was weird. I mean, there's something behind it. Like, clearly, I mean, they're not just gonna not play Randall for a whole fourth quarter. There's something to it. Like, whether it's just they're like in complete just tank rest, avoid injury mode or something. I don't know.
That's terrible.
But no, I mean, in terms of just looking at the basketball game, and if you're trying to win this game, yeah, like Randall should have been in from the 7-minute mark in the fourth quarter. Like, I mean,
right,
realistically. So, like, I mean, that's just looking at it from a strictly competitive winning sense. Yeah, I mean, that didn't make any sense. And yeah, even that Ennis substitution, I don't understand. Like, it's like if there's 5 or 10 seconds left in a game, you want people on the court that have the ability to dribble and shoot like in an instant. So if you're gonna take someone out, don't take out Ennis, take out Zubac. Like, why? Can then Zubac got the ball like on the inbound? It's like you don't want to mess it. You don't want too many like links in when it's a last second shot. Like, you don't want someone to have to get the ball to hand it off to someone else. You want someone to get the ball and shoot it. Like, there's no time for errors. So like, I don't know. Even that I just don't understand. But yeah, and then it looked like an overtime. Dude, I messed up with the recording. Like, we didn't even get to see most of the overtime, but we did see the main shots, the Kuzma shots.
Oh yeah, dude,
the hook
Kuzma
shot
opened it up.
Yeah, Kuzma basically he won overtime.
You could tell, like, even towards the end of the fourth quarter, there were moments where like this dude, he was asking for the ball, like he wanted it.
He wants it,
dude. He came like he was aggressive towards the like. To score, like, which is good. It looked like he got some like Kobe in him, like he like had that killer mentality, like, okay, I'm gonna close this game out myself.
Yeah,
and, he was shooting well the whole game. Like, he opened it up with like a 3, and then he did that hook shot.
Yeah,
over LaMarcus, which was really nice. KCP hit a big 3. Like, dude, KCP, how well is he playing? Like,
I'm loving me some KCP lately.
Dude,
I really do. Like,
he's so consistent. Like,
whatever team gets him next year is going to be very happy and lucky. Like, this guy's a good dude. Like,
if we're losing this dude, we better be getting quiet. I'm serious.
Yeah. And Kuzma and Pope led our team in scoring. Kuzma had 30 points, 5 of 9 from 3.
What?
5 rebounds. Pope had 21 points, 7 of 9 from the field. I mean,
that's crazy.
21 points on 9 shots. Like, that's That's great. Randall didn't have a huge monster game. Well, he only played 22 minutes, so
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
yeah. Like Channing Frye. Damn, Channing Frye was 8 for 9.
Yeah,
Wow.
This guy was on fire today.
19 points. Jeez, it's crazy.
He had like a crazy bank shot, like in the fourth quarter, which out of a timeout. I thought he got fouled on. They didn't call it. But no, he played really well. He knocked down threes and yeah, he played big for us. He didn't play in overtime though. I think Luke Walton finally figured, okay, this guy he's out of gas. Like, let me get him out.
Yeah, and then look at this. Alex Caruso is a -3 and Tyler Ennis was a +16. With
Dude, how come the game against the Bucks, or maybe we'll talk about that later. Anyways, go ahead.
yeah. So let's just wrap up this game. Lakers won, which was good because, as you said, Lakers actually have lost 8 of their last 12 games.
Ouch.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Ingram out, and you got Lonzo out. I think some of these guys, their morale is out. Yeah, their morale is out. Like, okay, we're not going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think
sure mentally that the edge of like competing to like your fullest is definitely gone.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is definitely possible. I mean, I don't know, who am I to judge, but those are the guys playing. But it's like a mental thing. Like, you're not playing for the playoffs. Like, the season's over. Literally, the season's over. These games are just
they're just exhibition games at this point. Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about Kawhi Leonard and the mystery of his injury. And we talked. I don't know which podcast it was. It was a few weeks ago. I broke all this down. I called it. I said exactly this was supposed to happen. I said he was not going to play this season. I mean, he was already not playing, but like you could just tell all these reports like this. And now just the most recent news is that the Kawhi is in New York, back with his rehab team, rehabbing
in
whatever.
New York.
Yeah, so he's away from the team. Popovich just asked about it. He's like, I have no idea what's happening. I don't know. This is the same. This is exactly what I said a month ago.
He is gone, people.
What?
So now today, all the reports are coming out that a lot of teams are starting to, hey, are you gonna lose Kawhi? Can we take him from you? We'll give you something. And I've seen some of the Lakers.
Oh, what are you talking about,
trade
man?
scenarios. Let's put it like this: in every single scenario, like, Lakers have to trade like one of our good dudes. Like, I mean, it's gonna be like, I don't know. They all have Ingram or Kuzma in them or something.
Yeah, what do you think about this? Would you give up Ingram for Kawhi?
Straight up.
Straight up. Let's just say straight up. Like, you're gonna lose Ingram, but you're gonna get Kawhi.
And I know.
I think any other piece, to be honest with you, might be almost like it's inferior. Like, it doesn't. I don't think it would magnify any part of the trade. I just think those two guys would be the ultimate trade-off.
What do you think?
That's. Oh man. I mean, if I know. It's kind of like I'm always gonna answer with like, I need to know more context.
Right.
Like, what else is happening? Like, are we getting LeBron? But just in a vacuum, if I know Kawhi is healthy, like if I know
he's healthy, he's ready to play. He wants to play for the Lakers. He wants to come to the Lakers.
And how old is Kawhi? Is what? Is he? I wonder how old he is.
I don't know, like 26, 27, 28, somewhere around there.
If he's 28, I think twice. If he's 26, then I would say yes in a heartbeat. Let's see.
The claw. We're talking about the claw.
He's 26.
26.
Yeah, I would do it. Yeah.
I mean, you got Kuzma. Like,
You got
and
Kuzma.
Kawhi.
Yeah.
And then obviously
Lonzo.
another Lonzo. And then you got a potential, obviously another legit star.
Yeah, I mean, because the chances of any person, I mean, not just Brandon Ingram, but anyone becoming a top 5 in the NBA is just low. I mean, and though, sure, you can say Ingram has the potential to become that, like, it's to get a guaranteed top 5 player, that's like you.
I mean, you're winning.
You almost can't say no. Like, you're kind of like,
you're winning the trade, like, for the moment.
Yeah, and like present value is worth? I mean, do you want, even if he becomes a top 5 player in 5 years, like, okay.
Can you wait for 5 years?
Yeah.
Like, we waited long enough. Anyways, yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah, so, but the thing is, so this is, if you're wondering why would the Lakers make a trade? Like, I'm sure this is what Laker fans are going to say, like, oh, why would we ever get, because I've seen the comments just on Instagram, and people are like, it's the worst idea ever. But this is the thing, Laker fans, why potentially Lakers would trade one of our pieces for him. It's because, well, we have to make the trade because he's still under contract for 1 more year. So it's basically one of those things, if the Lakers don't get him now and another team, a good team, were to get him, let's say Boston, who has a lot of assets to trade, it's likely Kawhi would stay with the Boston beyond that. So like if the Lakers want to prevent, you know what I mean? Like to get him, even though we want to say, oh, let's just wait a year and sign him, it's like, it's a risk because if he goes to a situation he likes, he might just, there's a good chance he'll re-up there. Like, you know what I mean? Like if he goes to like a legit organization.
San Antonio's going to get nothing for him.
Yeah, in San Antonio, if they don't trade, if they
wait
know,
for a year, like,
yeah, if they know he's gone, like they almost have to trade him. Like,
yeah, they have to.
If they know that if he's gone, it's a tricky situation for them. It's a very odd situation. But the thing is, even with all the reports we're seeing, everything, no one really knows. Like Kawhi hasn't said anything himself, so like,
dude doesn't
it's
talk.
all speculation. But there's obviously something strange going on. But yeah, so I mean, what do you think about that? Though, what do you think about the Lakers? In order to guarantee you get Kawhi, you trade from now as opposed to like waiting and risking him not being available. Then,
I mean, I would trade for him now, but I wouldn't. I don't know. It goes with the pieces. I think you would have to throw like an Ingram or a Kuzma. I don't want to throw Kuzma, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't do that. But I would be willing to trade Ingram right now.
Mm-hmm.
For Kawhi Leonard, if this is assuming Kawhi is 100% healthy,
yeah,
and you know the assumption is he just doesn't want to play for San Antonio,
yeah.
But if he's 100% healthy and he wants to play for the Lakers, I would do it. To be honest with you,
yeah.
I mean,
you almost have to.
You have a winner in Kuzma. You know, you have enough money to sign another legit star.
Yeah.
And then obviously you have Ball, who's young and who's up and comings. But yeah, I mean, I like Kawhi, like I really do.
Yeah.
Like I felt like if you put Kawhi and Ingram in a one-on-one matchup, I think Kawhi's gonna win.
Yeah. Oh
right
yeah.
Now. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No doubt. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. And I mean, the reason for LA it's all interesting is because everyone's starting to think Kawhi is starting to.
Don't get me wrong. I'm sorry. I just want to say I love Ingram. Yeah, but I'm just talking about for the good of the Lakers.
Yeah, no, of course. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the speculation with Kawhi to LA is just a lot also because people are starting to think or starting to get the sense that he's interested in his pockets and his assets and his money, and maybe he didn't before, but his uncle, wherever this family member of his is like, come into his ear like, hey dude, like, well, you got to capitalize on this, like, I know you're quiet and you don't care, you drive a little Ford from 1992, but like, we can't, for the sake of, our genes and genetics, like, we need to make this money for our future generation. Anyways, so that's, and, LA just has that, that appeal in that market. But I'm telling you, teams are going to go, Boston's going to go after him. Every team, Cleveland's going to go after him. So that's the risk for Lakers. It's like, damn, it's like if there's a race to get this guy, if we're not in it, then. And I don't know, to me, if you can get like Kawhi, I'd much rather have him than Paul George.
Like, look at dude, he's proven. Like,
he's a Finals MVP.
Finals MVP. He's got pedigree. He's won a championship. Like, he's the guy. He's a piece you want for your team. Like, he was a piece for San Antonio, that's for sure.
They would be.
Why can't he be the piece for any other team?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so I think Lakers got to jump on that for sure. And the whole NBA is gonna be jumping on it.
Yeah.
Like, like it was like, think about it. Like, it was really tough for me to see like Eddie Jones and Nick Van Exel go. Like, I just couldn't believe it because that was like the first time I started watching basketball. And I was like, wow, these guys are gone, really? Like, and I really loved them. But little did I know it was for, like, to open it up for Kobe and Shaq,
Yeah.
So You know, it's kind of like same thing. Jordan Clarkson leaving. A lot of Laker fans love him and stuff. You know, but I think I would be ready to give up even Randall or something, or do some type of sign and trade if anything. But maybe Randall. I don't even know, Josh Hart or something if we can get him, or I don't know, Randall and Ingram. But I don't know. I think teams see Ingram as a better player than Randall. I don't know, but Randall's coming on strong. I don't know, it's just too confusing right now.
It is. All right, yeah, but no, we'll see if Kawhi doesn't sign the Supermax then this summer. Then we'll know that Spurs are going to trade him, basically. So yeah, all right, let's move on to the Milwaukee game. Now, this game I have a lot to say actually about this game. This game, Josh Hart came back. No Lonzo. Brandon Ingram played.
Hey, Josh Hart looks skinnier, dude. I'm dead serious. This dude's definitely lost some. I mean, he looked strong right before he got hurt. Like, he looked like he was. I mean, he's been looking like strong since the beginning of the season, but it looked like he got skinnier. Like, he's lost some of his bulk. He lost some of his muscle. That's what I thought. First impression, as soon as I saw him, I was like, wait, what happened to him? And then you just told me, like, didn't this guy just say, like, he was playing, like, 10 hours of Fortnite before a game or something like that? Like, come on, this is the NBA. Like, how are you going to play 10 hours of a video game?
Stay off the weed.
This Fortnite game is spreading like crazy, and it's affecting Josh Hart. Anyways.
Yeah, and so this is the kind of game that really bugs me. This reminded me of the Orlando game. Well, I know it doesn't mean anything to you guys, but but basically we took the first 2 minutes of the game we took a timeout.
Again?
Yeah, again. And then 40 seconds into the third quarter, we called a timeout.
Coming out of the locker room at halftime.
Yeah. And so what does that tell you? That means there's some sleepiness going on. And who is the master of sleepy time? None other than Brandon Ingram. Listen, Laker fans, I'll reiterate this. I'm a huge Brandon Ingram fan. Love the guy. But this guy, I seriously blame this game on him. He was so disengaged this game.
Dud game for sure.
It was like, he was so out of it. Like, it was like you shouldn't even have been there. Like, you might just don't even, like, honestly, that's how I felt. Because, okay, Lonzo didn't play and Ingram, he played the point guard, right? But I think when he's playing point guard, that doesn't mean, like, for you not to shoot and stuff, like, for you not to, like, be in attack mode. Five Lakers shot more field goal attempts than Ingram.
This fool he should be shooting the most.
Brook Lopez shot more than him. Randall. Pope, who got ejected in the second quarter, shot more shots than Ingram in the whole game.
In the whole game? Are you serious?
Josh Hart shot more than Ingram. Zubac shot more than Ingram. And we were down 20 points in the third quarter.
That's crazy.
Like, how Brandon Ingram, like, you need to be top 3 shooting every single game. Like, I don't care what's happening. Like, that right there shows you how disengaged he was. It's like he wasn't there. It's like, I don't know. Anyways, and then so listen, we were down 20 in the third, and then who is this comeback led by this game? None other than
don't tell me Travis Ware.
Not Travis Ware this time. The other one. Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso led the comeback charge down 20. It was him and Zubac and Kuzma who, like, but Caruso was doing, like, a lot of the stuff. And
hey, look at these. They're out there they got to make a name for themselves. This is it. This is their time. This is their moment. They're coming up from the G League. They better play. They got to be ready to play. You know, they're professionals at the end of the day. So, and this is, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's a good player, but, you know, whenever that happens, dude, like, teams, you're up 20, like, I mean, we've experienced it. We've been up 20 in a game, like, not a pickup game, but you've been up, and then, you know, mentally you relax, and the other team just, you know, they're just out playing you. They're just out hustling you, getting back into the game, and that's exactly what happened. Like, yeah, they just let down.
Yeah. And so the score was tied with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. In the next minute and a half or so, Ingram missed 3 free throws.
Big ones. I think Randall had a bad shooting, and then Randall had a drive to the basket. I think it was to tie the game. And it just, like, he just went too hard. hit the backboard. Came off. I remember that. And then, what was Randall's free throw shooting that game? I think he shot pretty bad too.
I don't remember. I don't have that down. But so check this. With a minute left, the score was tied 112-112. Kuzma took a pretty wild three-pointer with like 35 seconds left.
Right.
And he missed. Then Bledsoe came down and missed a three with 15 seconds left. But then Chris Middleton got the offensive rebound and then missed the game winner. Like, he could have won the game.
And then there was a Bledsoe show in overtime.
Yeah, it was a Bledsoe show in overtime. In overtime, it was when Ingram went to the locker room for his apparent, I don't know, they're saying it's a neck injury in one report.
Concussion.
Next injury, it's a concussion. I don't know which one it is. Concussion or neck? Concussion, neck. I don't know. We'll talk about that some more.
Contusion, heard all the stuff.
Anyways. So yeah, Ingram was just like, all right, I'm sleepy. I don't feel like playing, guys. I go to the locker room. Anyways, no, I was messing. But Lakers were down 2 with 10 seconds left. Kuzma shot a 3 for the win. He missed. We lost by 2. And one thing I noticed about Kuzma, he did this on this shot. He like intentionally falls down a lot on some threes. Like I think it's a bad habit. Like I understand he's trying to he does it to try to get a foul, but I've seen him do it a bunch this year, and like he either needs to fix how he does it to where he gets the call more, because he looks like he's acting.
Take
like,
a page out of Lou Williams' book.
Yeah, like he needs to learn. Yeah, he needs to learn that Ginobili, Lou Williams, like get the call.
He's a rookie. He's not going to get a lot of them too.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so Kuzma finished with 27, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. Brook Lopez 20 points. Randall 18 and 10. Josh Hart doubled in his first game back. 13 points, 13 rebounds.
Nice.
Zubac had 16 and 5. Ingram had 12 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 turnovers.
5 turnovers would not get the job done.
And those 3 missed free throws at the end of the game.
Yep.
And Zubac Hart can't shoot more than you, ever. All right, let's just run through these next 2 games. The Kings game. So basically, Laker fans, for the rest of these next games we're going to talk about in the rest of the season, no Lonzo, no Ingram, no Isaiah. So for this Kings game, Caruso and Kuzma started. Now Caruso is going to be, he's starting point guard. Yeah, this was just, I don't have too many notes on this game. There was just too many missed free throws and turnovers down the stretch. Randall, I think this is the game Randall missed a bunch of free throws.
Oh, okay.
Alex Caruso, I remember he had a bad turnover at the end. This was the game. Oh, we got to talk about this. Oh, I forgot about this. The Lakers, okay, so with less than 10 seconds left, Brook Lopez hit a 3. And whatever, like the game was over basically. It was like I think it was just like a nothing shot. Like it was just like prior to him making that shot, the Lakers hadn't made a field goal for the last 6 minutes and 30 seconds of the game.
How does that happen? Like, how does that happen? Like,
what do you think?
I mean, Luke Walton can't see that coming. Like, you can't call a timeout and literally just not even drop a play. Just be like, okay, this is what we're going to do every single time. Feed the ball to Kuzma. Feed the ball to Randall. Like, let's get a shot up. Let's play a 2-man game. I'm sure if you cleared the court out and just be like, okay, we can't score. We haven't scored in the last 3 minutes. Let's just clear the court out and play a 2-man game with these 2 guys. You're going to tell me you can't get a bucket out of that? Like, how does that happen?
I don't know how a group of NBA players...
That's being out-coached. Like, yeah, I have to put on... I mean, you're saying NBA players, I'm saying coach. I mean, both for sure. But come on, like, these guys are professionals. Like, it's just simple basketball. I mean, I make it sound easier than what it is, but...
No, it's just a team when... It really is... When you're playing a bad team, too, like the Sacramento Kings...
The Queens.
And you can't score in the last 6 minutes of a game...
That's embarrassing.
When you have a Kyle Kuzma and Randall on the team, on the court, I mean, I feel like you almost have to try to make that happen. Like, is that really? I mean,
how's that possible?
We're nobodies when we play in Park League games. We don't go 6 minutes without scoring. I don't think that's ever happened.
Like,
Yeah, it was strange, man.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, let's move on.
Bogdanovich. God, always kills us.
I hate all Sacramento Kings, and for some reason I kind of like that guy. I kind of like Bogdanovich.
No, he's a good plair. Don't get me wrong.
Like,
I like him. He's good. He plays. He's a competitor.
Yeah,
he goes out there to play for sure.
Yeah. De'Aaron Fox, I don't care about at all.
Buddy Hield killed us.
Doesn't he always kill? I feel like he always.
It feels like he's always trying like extra hard against the Lakers. Like. Whenever I see like clips of Sacramento playing against other teams, like I feel like he's not really in it or he's not really trying. But it feels like when he comes to Hollywood, like he's like, okay, I'm ready to put on the show.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you someone who always kills the Lakers that should not and never kills anyone else.
Who's that?
Ricky Rubio.
Oh my God! Don't get me started with this guy.
And Utah, who we played
for like
yesterday.
The last 3 years, it feels like this dude's always showing up looking like Jordan.
Whether he's on the Timberwolves or the Jazz, like Ricky Rubio kills the Lakers. I think he had like 30 points in this game.
Yeah, I think he had 30 points a pass game the previous game too.
Yeah, like there's some weird thing going on.
Oh, he sees Caruso, like a G League dude on him. He's like, okay, there's no way on earth this guy's gonna guard me. He was schooling him. He was really schooling Caruso. Yeah. Like in every way. Like he was shooting over him, just driving it to the basket. He just looked a step quicker than every single person on the court. And he was just doing whatever he wanted. It was amazing, really. And he turned into a scorer that game. Like this dude looked like he was like the ultimate scorer. It was crazy.
Yeah, and this Utah team has just been on such a roll. I didn't expect the Lakers to win, and they didn't. They kind of cut it close at the end, but
just kind of ran out of gas.
They were not going to win this game. Like, Donovan Mitchell, man, this
dude just turned it on. This dude just woke up in like the third, fourth quarter. He was kind of quiet in the first half, I remember, and then he just put the game away. Just hit this couple big threes, like 3-4 feet behind the line, just set up and just splash. Like the only other players I see doing that are like Harden, Lillard, and like Curry. Mm-hmm. And like he's like putting himself up there with that. Like shoot with that range, and that type of like percentage, he's gonna be special.
Yeah, like he reminds me the way his demeanor and like how poised he is, and he reminds me of like both Dwayne Wade and Damian Lillard. Like I don't know, he just gives me that vibe. Like even a bit of a mix too.
Even like Kuzma in terms of his offensive play, Donovan Mitchell does not look like a rookie too.
Yeah,
like he's playing like a legitimate all-star.
Yeah,
I'm serious. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I think he scored. Like I looked today or yesterday, he scored over 20 points for at least the last 11 games straight. Over 20 points.
That's nuts. Wow.
Yeah, anyways, Utah, it'll be interesting to see them in the playoffs. They're on such a roll. I don't feel like no one wants to play them like at the top seeds. Like I feel like you don't want to play this team right now. Like they're on a roll.
Rudy Gobert.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope had 28 points, 5 rebounds, 5 threes. Kuzma had 26 points, 6 rebounds. Randall had 12 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists.
Triple-double watch.
But 5 turnovers.
Not get the job done.
And the free throws. Kuzma was 7 for 12 free throws.
Ouch.
Randall was 6 for 10.
That's terrible.
So we lose the game by 7, and Randall and Kuzma combined to miss 9 free throws.
That's not good. That is not good at all. It was a quiet game for Randall after a while. I mean, even though he scored, 12, 13 points. But you almost expecting him to score 20, and obviously a big part of that is not making free throws.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for those games. Let's just go ahead and talk about Kuzma a bit more. So all I have is his stats from the last 10 games, and that's not including tonight, which he had 30 points. But he's averaging over his last 10, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 3 threes a game.
Wow.
48% from the field.
48% from the field?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Dude, this guy is.
That is just
I'm
ridiculous
seriously
rookie numbers. Like,
just in awe of him. Like the shots he makes, they're not just. They're so skilled. Like they're very skilled shots. Like they're not just like athleticism or like strength. Like they're very like guard.
Dude, like he
kind
has
of shots.
I mean, he has a really nice step in when he comes downhill on the three, like, or even coming off of a screen. Like he sets up his feet really well. I mean, it always looks like he's lined up. Like he doesn't shoot like some weird acrobatic looking shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It feels like he's always under control. And dude, he has a good spin move. He drives the ball left and right. You know, obviously that hook shot we've talked about, but I mean, he's making like, you know, it feels like he's making finger rolls, like flip shots, fadeaways. I mean, I remember the game against Ingles. He had a nice, like, it almost Kobe-esque, like, fadeaway. I mean, he didn't need to fall that back just because he's taller than Ingles, but he had a nice drop step turnaround. I mean, hitting threes, like catch and shoot, quick release.
Yeah.
I mean, not as quick as Klay Thompson, but like it's quick. It's there, you know.
Yeah.
And he's tall, like he's hard to guard, like.
Yeah, he's
even today, man. He just looked like a killer. He looked like he was on a mission.
He looked like just a baller.
Yeah.
I'm sort of like at a loss for words about him. Just I don't know. It's just he's really good. He's really good. Every time he shoots, I think it's gonna go in for some reason. Like it just because his shot looks beautiful too. Like it's like he has like the perfect hand, elbow, wrist like lineup. Like it's like so straight. It looks like that's why it always looks like it's gonna go in because like his form aligns with his body, which is like both are in a straight line. Like it always looks like
his mechanics are really good,
and it's quick, and it's like he's doing Euro steps. He's starting to like dribble drive himself, like bring it up himself, which I love seeing. Like I think the more the Lakers
he should be doing that more.
Yeah, I think the more the Lakers encourage him to like get his handles up and his, you know, just being able to get the rebound and go. This guy, and he has a mentality. Like he doesn't like he has like a I don't know. It seems different. Like when him versus like Ingram and Lonzo a bit.
You know what's gonna be really interesting to me, like into next season. Like I really think I don't know. No one can tell the future, but from what I see, I think. I mean, there's only a year difference between Ingram and Kuzma. I think Kuzma is gonna take over that alpha spot of being. Okay, like I'm the best player on this team, and I should be the number, you know, who knows? As of right now, let's say I should be the number one option. You know, what's going to be interesting to see is I don't know how Ingram is going to take that, or how it's going to hurt his ego, or you know how Randall, you know, he came off the bench at the beginning of this season, you know, kind of hurt his ego, and he was a little, you know, being complacent and stuff like that. So I just want to see like. That would be interesting chemistry. I just want to see how that plays out. And, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, when Kobe took over, like, the Eddie Jones spot. Like, Eddie Jones was clearly, like, the more solid, legit player. And then eventually he was gone and Kobe took over. But this Ingram and Kuzma thing is going to be... I mean, if they can gel together really well, that'd be interesting. Kind of like John Wall and Bradley Beal. You know, they play well together, but... you know, it's weird because sometimes Bradley Beal ends up scoring more points than John Wall, but everyone knows that John Wall is the better player. You know, I just want to see if that type of thing is going to evolve with Ingram and Kuzma.
Yeah, I mean, any concern you may have there, I think would be ameliorated by the Lakers just starting them both. Like, then I don't think there'd be any issue. Like, 'cause Ingram seems like a super unselfish dude. Like, it doesn't seem like... Like you get the sense he likes moving the ball and passing it. Like
I think he's there to win.
Yeah,
he plays to win. You know, whether if he gets his numbers or not, I think he's there to win.
Yeah. So like I think as long as I swear the Lakers should plan. I mean, if the Lakers are just gonna move forward with the youth movement, like if they don't, let's just say they strike out on every free agent for the next 2 years or whatever, I would plan for the Ingram to be my 2 and Kuzma my 3. That's what I would plan. Like, I wouldn't even plan for it to be the 3 and the 4. I would go find another big body, put Randall at the 4 or the 5, and then get me like a
LeBron.
I don't know. Get me yeah. I mean, yeah. I just mean if they strike out on like all the like if I'm trying to think of someone who could just fit there like that's decent like God, I don't know. It's not coming to me.
It's all good. You could plug in any guy,
even like a Kevin Love kind of guy or something.
Right.
Like
stretch it.
Kevin Love-ish, like 4 or 5 that
can shoot.
Yeah, like I mean, something like that kind of
body.
Player, like a
long dude,
like a Chris Bosh kind of ish player, like
I mean, Kuzma and Ingram are long.
Yeah, like
you put Lonzo. You got Lonzo as a point guard. He's long for a point guard.
Yeah.
The only weird thing is you got Randall, who's kind of short-armed and kind of short, but hey, he's got that bully ball.
Yeah.
That makes up for it.
I just think the Lakers should. My only point is the Lakers should plan for Ingram and Kuzma to be the 2 and the 3 rather than the 3 and the 4 is what I'm saying. Because the Kuzma and Ingram has such good guard skills and ball handling skills that they can be. I mean, if Ingram's playing the point guard, he can obviously play the 2 guard. I mean,
yeah.
So just put him there. Like, don't tell me he's only playing point or small forward. Like, I don't want to hear that.
Yep.
Anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about the main thing we want to talk about today is really these injuries. And we've talked a lot off the air. Just we have our crazy, wacky conspiracy theories about not just the Lakers, but all teams in the NBA, just like resting guys and anyways, let's just get into it. Let's talk about first.
Well, Lonzo's fine, and Ingram is fine.
Okay, who do you want to talk about first? Lonzo, Ingram, or Isaiah?
Let's start with Isaiah.
All right, so Isaiah is interesting. So
this dude comes back and he gets surgery. Like he plays and then now I'm not gonna play because now we're not gonna be in the playoffs. So now I don't give a shit. Now I'm just gonna get surgery.
No, it's not. It's
like
this dude.
You're not good. You're not ready to play. Why did you ever come back?
Yeah, that's the real question. Like, but the history of him is so. I'm just gonna flow this really quick because it's really crazy, and a lot of fans I don't think know this. Because Isaiah Thomas, it's a sad story, but it's messed up. But so when he was on the Celtics and he hurt his hip, I think it was in the regular season, but the advice he had gotten from the Boston medical staff was like, this is okay. I mean, it's okay for you to keep playing on this and like deal with it later. Like, and then if you remember in the playoffs when they played against Cleveland, and then after game 1 or 2, he stopped playing, like, because his hip just completely
gave out.
It gave out. And then it was found out later that, the reports say that either this medical staff at Boston, like, they just withheld information, or they didn't tell him the full extent of his injury, is what reports say. And so
really,
and it was so controversial. I mean, it's controversial over there, not here in LA, that the Celtics and Danny Ainge actually fired their entire training staff.
Oh, what are you talking about,
because of this, all because of this Isaiah situation. Like that's how bad and like malpractice it was that they just fired
crazy.
him, right? And Isaiah said he was interviewed in I think December or something, and he said, if the Celtics had told me up front all of that information, I wouldn't have played in the playoffs. Like I would have sat out and just, if I couldn't play, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that happens. He gets hurt in the playoffs, and then he has to get the surgery. And so now he's whatever. They trade him to Cleveland, and no one knows for sure. No one can say
Boston
what is.
They don't want to make that same mistake with Kyrie Irving now.
Hey, yeah, that's true.
Kyrie just got surgery.
Yeah, it's playoffs are starting now. They're telling him to go get surgery.
That's crazy.
Yeah, see, even that. Oh, I didn't think about that. But so no one knows. But like, I'm gonna speculate. This is my speculation that he rushed back too quick from his injury, because now it's like, okay, he's been hell bent on making this money, getting this max contract. He's like, if I don't play and show this season what I can do, then I'm not gonna be able to get my money. So maybe he rushed back. Remember Cleveland was like I think they were, or they going to win? I don't remember, but whatever. He came back to Cleveland. He didn't play well.
Nah, he never got it together. He played like 15 games.
This is why I said the Lakers were punting their season with the trade, because I was like, you're trading for someone who just looked awful. Like, he played like really I think bad. 10 games on Cleveland. Like there's no way this trade. Everyone knows this trade isn't for you. It's for the salary cap. But it's like we're also not just trading for. We're trading for like an asset that we don't even know if it can last, and it didn't last. He couldn't even play 20 games on the hip, and now he's back getting surgery on his hip again. Poor guy. I mean, it's a sad story. Like it really is, because he's also was the last pick of an NBA draft. He was the 60th pick. He's made it this far. I mean, top 5 MVP candidate, and for a team to like basically run you into the ground because it's the playoffs,
right?
So and Celtics fans, they love Isaiah. The Celtics fans, you guys are the ones that messed them up. It's all you guys' fault.
Yeah.
So anyways, that's the Isaiah situation. So he's done for the year. And I feel it's gonna be tough for him to get a good deal next year. I feel like, because now it's like, okay, now you've had two hip surgeries,
injury-prone player, like,
and it's the hip. Like the hips. Think about basketball. That's all movement.
That's like everything.
Yeah, it's everything. It's your core, basically. Core. I mean, it's at the core of your body. I mean, anyways. So if I was a team, like if I'm the Lakers, there is no way in hell I'm giving him any money. Like just because I'm not. I don't invest in injury risky things, and I don't invest in 5'7" people in a sport where height and size matters. So all that combined, I don't know, we'll see. Like, I'm gonna tell you one team, I'm gonna tell you who I'm speculating for some reason that's gonna get him. I think the Spurs are gonna get him for some reason.
Who, Isaiah Thomas? Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I could see that working out. Like, yeah. I could. I don't know why. That's my guess. I think.
You think you could play under Popovich's system?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, we saw he was a good passer. Like, I didn't know that about him.
Yeah,
like, he showed me he likes the. I thought he was like a bit of a chucker, but what he showed me on the I don't know if that's how he played last year. I didn't really watch him that much, but I was impressed by his.
He can make plays for sure.
Yeah.
He used to spoon feed Zubac. I remember that.
Yeah.
He definitely find guys and knows how to collapse the defense and kick it out and stuff. Like, no, he's a good player, but yeah, he's just really small. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting.
My guess, my throw in the dart, I don't even know the saying, but I'm guessing for some reason Spurs are gonna get him like a good cheap deal. You know how they like to get him at like $6 million or something, and. Yeah, whatever.
Take it. He has to understand that, dude, your body isn't, giving you 100%.
I mean, now his second surgery. I mean, that's
scary.
That's not
good. Scary
for the hip. I mean, when do you hear about hip injuries in the NBA? Like, you don't even hear about that.
I mean, we've all seen what happened to Derrick Rose and stuff. These great players, and they get injured over and over, the same injury, and then all of a sudden they can play, but they're never the same player. So
yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about same injuries. So let's talk about Lonzo. So this knee contusion he had in that, Dallas game. One bit of concern, I guess, is that it was the same knee that he hurt early in the season when he missed those 20 games or whatever. It's the same knee.
Oh my God, it's the same knee?
So this is what... Okay, I have this crazy theory about why the Lakers coddling and babying of the baby Lakers is actually a bad thing. I'm gonna get into
teach him to be soft.
Yeah. But no. This was weird. So he gets a knee contusion. He says after the game, "Oh, it's a bruise. I just got hit in the back of my knee."
He said I think it was Mike Trudell, or was it John Ireland? But he said, "I got a dead leg." And he looked at John Ireland. He's like, you know what dead leg is? I think he said something like along those lines.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he said like, oh, it's just a dead leg. Like, dude, dead leg. You come back from next day, you should be fine. Like, it's nothing. Like, it's just for a second it hurts. Like, feel sharp amount of pain. Whatever. Because you're just getting hit at a certain angle.
And that's not a knee thing anyway.
It's not a knee thing. Yeah. I mean, this is Dirk Nowitzki. Like, how physical is Dirk Nowitzki going to be playing that he's going to really bump into your knee that bad where, like, oh my God, you can't even walk and now you're totally injured? I mean, I think he's fine, to be honest with you. Like, I mean, he looks fine. Like, he doesn't look like he's worried about his knee. I mean, at least on the Instagram videos, you see he posts and stuff like that on his Snapchat and whatnot. But yeah, I just really think he's fine. You know what sucks is, like, I really want to see a Lakers play. Like, I even want to go to a game, but I almost don't want to go if he's not going to be playing.
Yeah.
It sucks. And don't you want to finish a season, like, on the court? Like,
yeah.
That's always like I don't know. To me, that's like a mental W that you can at least finish the season on the court. Like,
yeah.
Don't finish the season like, injured. I mean, that just looks bad to me.
Yeah. And what's crazy to me is that the Lakers gave him an MRI after that.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, they probably have an MRI in the back of the locker room or something like that.
An MRI is like that's
a big deal.
That's serious. I mean, that means you think like if someone tells you, hey, I just got like kneed in the back of my calf, like there's no. I just can't see. But what I don't like about that is like it's putting like, I don't know, it just puts like crazy thoughts into the player's mind. I feel like it could like, oh, MRI. I have to get an MRI for that. I mean, but, and it's like, I don't know.
You know what? James Worthy said it best though. Like, I was watching the Spectrum, the post game show, and he said he just said Lonzo Ball's body isn't ready. Like, I kind of agree with him. I just don't think his body's ready. He said he's too skinny. He doesn't have enough strength. I mean, he needs to get in the gym. He needs to get in the weight room. He needs to get stronger. He needs to eat better. And, hopefully he'll take that advice from, Big Game James, and he'll come back next season stronger. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, hopefully. Yeah, you don't want to see. Yeah, he's been consistently injured since Summer League.
Yeah.
We've talked about it. Summer League, preseason, regular season.
Middle season, like, he went out, 3 times now in the middle of the season? Like,
yeah.
He's missed, 26 games, you said?
Something like that.
That's a lot. That's like a third of the season.
Now he's missed more than John Stockton did his entire career.
That's nuts. I mean, there's definitely, it's too much babying, you know what I mean? It's too much of it.
That's not, the babying now I want to talk about. This is in terms of Brandon Ingram, because this had me thinking about something that Laker fans might have forgotten. But okay, in that Milwaukee game, Ingram reportedly he took a shot to the head, and then the Lakers, they tested him for a concussion either that day or whatever. It's like the preliminary results were negative on the concussion. They diagnosed him with a neck muscle contusion. This word contusion, it's so, I swear, it's the most
it's so vague,
it's like the word
ambiguous,
yeah, it's like can mean anything.
It can mean 100 million things,
can mean, yeah. But then later on, a couple days later, they did end up diagnosing him with a concussion and placed him into the concussion protocol. Now, to me, the head and the neck are they're not the same. It's gotta be one or the, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but if I get a neck contusion, if I get a neck thing,
right,
that's not
where
my
concussion
head.
Come into play?
Yeah, and then,
I mean, if you saw it was like the back of his neck, that's where he got hit. It looked like towards the bottom. To top of his neck, bottom of the head, but I don't think it didn't look that hard. It really didn't. I felt like
he walked out. He walked back on his own. And,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's too much of this bathing.
Okay,
I think.
Now the bathing. This is, and it has to do exactly with bathing because. So, what I want to talk about is, what should I talk about first? Okay, I want to talk about Summer League. Remember the first game of Summer League when Ingram. Remember he got a cramp. He got a cramp, and they sat him out. Think about
his calf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got a cramp, and Magic Johnson decided to shut him down for the entire Summer League. At the time, I mean, I thought it was crazy at the time, and then I just completely forgot about it. I was whatever. And then now I'm thinking about it again.
We're okay, he scored 22, and he's he's good enough to play against these guys. Let's say we don't want to risk an injury, but that's you keep on doing it over and over and over.
No, my thing is a cramp isn't serious. It's not something you would go. I mean, if it's one thing, it's like if he tweaked a knee or tweaked an ankle, then I can understand, because it's like, all right, now we're dealing with ligaments and joints. Like a cramp, and you're gonna shut him down. Okay, so to me, so my theory is that I have an uncle who he had this little thing he would do with his child, his baby. And I remember when I visited him, and his son, was maybe 2 years old or something, like fell, and he was like, all right, he's like, don't go pick him up, like don't go after him like it was like a big deal or anything, like, right? Because I was about to, and he was like, no, I do that. I read about this, and this thing, like, if a baby falls and like when it's the mom or parent coming and rushing at it, right, that like makes them want to that makes them cry, because they think something's wrong, like, even without knowing what it is necessarily, like the fall might have just been a fall, right? So then and I thought that was really interesting. I was like, that's very interesting. And like, so I remember I saw my cousin fall a few times in ways where like kids would normally cry if they felt like that, but the kid never cried, because like
he just got up.
He just like was like, oh, it's just like a fall, and it was, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying, so my analogy is like Magic Johnson shutting Ingram down for cramps is like a parent, like, it's like what I'm like rushing to the aid of the kid who doesn't necessarily need it, but what that does, I think, is it actually weakens the kid.
It's true.
Like it makes them like
mentally.
Yeah, it makes them like perceive things in a more sharpened or heightened way. Like now it's like, oh, any little thing I have, like I should just like I shouldn't play, or oh, this could be really bad or something. Like it's kind of. And so, what do you think about that? I don't know. This is like I think it's not good. I mean, I think it's fine to rest players, all that stuff. I'm all into that. I'm all into this whole new era. Let's not get hurt. Let's rest. But like, this coddling that's been.
Okay. The thing is, like, what I don't understand is, let's just say, okay, his, recovers from his concussion protocol. Like he plays his 1 or 2 games out, whatever it is. I don't know what it is exactly, but if he's ready to, if he can play, if he's able to play, I think he should be on the court. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care if you're not in the playoff race. Like, I don't care if there's 5 games left, or but I think Lakers are in no position to be resting guys and not playing them. Like, you're not making the playoffs. You're not a good team. You need to be as best as you can be, and you need to entertain your fans. Like, this is for the fans. You know what I mean? Like, people want to see Lonzo play. People want to see Ingram play. And if they're able to, then they should. Like, I just don't agree with them sitting out for the last 5 games and not finishing off the season. Like, if he's able to and if he's willing to, like, he has to be out there. Like, it's not even his choice. Like, you got to put him out there. He's got to be there. Like, it's too much baby, and I agree with you. That whole the baby theory. You see you even see kids, like when I have my niece and nephew fall down, you can tell sometimes when they're fake crying. You see it, like, and then no one's just like, you have to call them out on it. Like, dude, stop. You got to grow up. Like, mature up, and it's a learning experience. Mm-hmm. But too much babying, since from the beginning of the season till the end of the season, I think the call is like now they're gonna be shut down for the rest. Like, I just think it's hurting them.
All right, let's move on and talk about LiAngelo Ball. LiAngelo Ball is entering the NBA draft. Wow.
What?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
He's declared for it. Like,
he's declared for it. They have an agent. This is, LeVar has been having the master plan. He's got one of his boys starting on the Lakers. What do you think of the chance?
Their goal is to really get him on the Lakers for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if the Lakers are going to draft him. I don't think they are. Like, I don't know if they're going to, waste that pick on him. I think he's really got to prove himself, like, through the G League. Like, I think he's going to be, if he can show that he can, like, these guys like Caruso and Travis Ware, how they prove themselves in the G League and they're on the roster, I think Gelo's going to have to do the same thing. And he's going to have to be an exceptional outstanding shooter just because from what I've seen of him, of his height and his athleticism. yeah, I think that's how he's gonna have to prove himself. He has to become like a Klay Thompson like shooter.
Yeah. And yeah, it would make no sense for the Lakers to draft him and waste a pick on him, especially if the Lakers intel, if they find out, hey, listen, there's absolutely no team that's going to draft this kid, and it makes no sense to draft him. Just pick him up after the draft and throw him onto the G League team, the South Bay Lakers. Like, that's what has to. I mean, if the Lakers are interested in this at all, this potential Ball family reunion in LA, this is how the Lakers have to do it. And the Lakers are smart. Magic Johnson's smart. Look at who we just drafted last year late in the rounds. Kuzma, Hart, Thomas Bryant, who's been good in the G League as far as I've seen. So there's no way the Lakers cannot. You can't waste a pick on that, especially if you know you can just get him afterwards. So, and yeah, so I'm actually curious if he has to enter the draft to get onto the G League. Like, I don't know, because that'd be kind of like, I think it would be kind of embarrassing if you just don't get drafted. It's like, I feel like they'd want to avoid that kind of like, I guess, publicity, or I don't know. Anyways, quickly, LeVar's been super quiet lately, dude. Pretty much most of 2018 since the beginning. It's just been laying low in Lithuania.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, we haven't heard much from him. I mean, he's got his show and stuff. I mean, I remember seeing a clip, actually. He's wearing a suit, and he's got his glasses on. He's looking at a stat book. And Jello had, like, a pretty off, like, shooting, like, I don't know, for a few games. And he was just, like, dissecting him and telling him, like, what your shooting is not going to get it done. He was telling that to his son. I think they're sitting on the plane or on the train or something like that. And Jello was just like staring at him, you know, like how we've seen a million times. But yeah, I think he's been quiet just because, like, whatever, you know, he predicted in the beginning of the season that, you know, Lonzo was going to lead the Lakers to the playoffs and, you know, stuff like that. And I think that's not happening, or it's not true. I think that's why he just kind of kept his mouth shut. But I would not be surprised next season, once Lonzo comes out, and if he's playing amazing, if he's playing really well, I wouldn't be surprised if LeVar, you know, gets back on the scene and he's promoting his big baller brand and, you know, doing LeVar shenanigans. So
yeah, either way, it's a good thing as far as I can tell. It's good that his momentum in the media has died down, because it's hard to get that back. I mean, you have to do or say some pretty, I feel like, a multiple outlandish things in a row to, like, get back to the height that he was at previously, which is good. I mean, it's good for the media to lower the volume on him. I feel like if it's even just...
It's better for the Lakers.
Yeah, it's great.
It's better for the Lakers, and it's better for Lonzo, too. So.
Yeah, no, it is. And hopefully, you know... And it's good to see that Magic Johnson might be winning this war. Like, maybe he's a part of this. Like,
probably.
But it's good. I mean, it's good that he's...
Do you think LeVar realizes that what I'm doing, what I was doing, you know, being in the media like that was hurting my boy and hurting my boy's team? Like, I mean, LeVar's a smart guy. He knows, like... But again, at the same time, there's like his ego is there, and, you know, for him, you know, no publicity is bad publicity. So
maybe I feel like the only thing that could have happened potentially would be if Lonzo came to him, like, on the side. You know, it's like, yeah, and he told him, like, hey, this is affecting me. Like, I'm actually, like...
You think Lonzo would do that?
I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know. I mean,
it's possible.
It's possible. But I don't know. Maybe it's just because he's. But the thing is, if LeVar wanted to, he could just get. I was gonna say maybe because he's in Lithuania. And ESPN has just left him there. There's no. Everyone's left. No. At first, ESPN was interesting. They went over there. They flew a reporter. Now they're not there anymore. But I was thinking, like, he could easily just go on Instagram Live and say some crazy stuff if he wanted to. Like, it's not hard for him to get his. If he had something to say, he could get out in 2 seconds. For sure. Like, so yeah, I mean, he's doing it. He's decided somehow that I'm gonna quiet myself, at least for this period of time. But what I'm saying is, what he might not know, or how this is that I'm saying that momentum he lost. Next time he says something, ESPN will talk about it for a little bit, but it's not going to be like last time, and no one's going to care as much. That's what I think. I think it's good. It's just good.
Yeah, it is a good thing for sure.
Yeah. So, all right, let's talk about these last few games. Hey, there's only 4 games left in the season, man. It feels like just yesterday the season started. Like, it's crazy how fast the season goes, but the summer goes by. When the season's off, like, it takes so long.
I can't believe we gotta wait another 4 months, something for the season to start again. It's gonna be sad. Watch the Lakers play again. But I'm excited for these playoffs.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. And we got to do that playoff podcast because there's a lot to dissect, a lot of juicy stuff to get into. I feel like with the playoffs this year, Lakers playing all West Coast playoff or almost playoff teams to finish the season out. We play at home against Minnesota Friday, play at home against Utah Sunday, play at home against Houston Tuesday, play the Clippers away on Wednesday to end the season, which is essentially a home game. The season's over. I mean, yeah, I don't know. These are the kinds of wins and losses I don't really...
Lakers could be spoilers for some teams. It's possible.
Yeah.
And that West race is really tight.
Yeah, and they may have spoiled it for the Spurs tonight. If the Spurs if they lose some more, then...
Kawhi-less Spurs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll put that crying Jordan meme on the Spurs. It's possible.
Yeah. They already broke their streak of 50 game win seasons.
Really?
Yeah, like this is the first time in 18 years they're not going to win 50 games.
Oh, wow.
I don't really care about those kind of statistics, but I heard it and I was like, whatever. Yeah, so hey, Laker fans, check out the next podcast. Is gonna be a good one. We're gonna do the end of season awards. Who's the Lakers MVP? Who's the rookie of the year? Who's the most improved player? Who's the
biggest surprise?
Sixth man? Yeah, we can come up with some funky categories too. Like I'll come up with some interesting stuff. Like G League Player of the Year.
G League Player of the Year. Who's your social media guy? Funniest social media.
Speaking of social media, follow us on social media at GTLA Lakers 818. And
the Valle.
Yeah, Laker fans, enjoy the rest of your week, and we will talk to you soon. Shout out to the artist that made this beat. The artist's name is Fleslet. Take care, Laker Nation.
Peace out, Lakers.